Determine whether the three side lengths form a right triangle. So the longest side is always going to be in place of C for the hypotenuse. So I can replace A and B with the two smaller sides. 8 squared is 64, 7 squared is 49, 15 squared is 225. If I add 64 and 49 together, that gives me 113, which is not equal to 225, so this is not a right triangle. If they were equal, then it would be a right triangle. Draw the image of triangle ABC under a dilation with center A and scale factor of 2. Label the image ADE and label any known side lengths. We'll begin by extending the line through the center of dilation. And then we will also use our compass to create marks for the side lengths. So that would be a scale factor of 1. We want a scale factor of 2. And we will connect those sides. Now we have the triangle ADE. And then it also says to label any known side lengths. So if we use a scale factor of 2, 3 times 2, this distance would be 6. And 4 times 2 will get that distance to be 8. Now we're going to use a scale factor of 3 for part B. So there was 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. And label it A, F, G. And label any known side length. So 3 times 3 would give us a side length of 9. And 4 times 3 would make this side length here be 12. Find the values of the ratio of the height to the base of each triangle. What do you notice? So we have 12/9, the height to the base, 8/6, and 4/3. I notice these are all equivalent fractions. If I double the numerator and denominator, that gives me 8/6. If I triple the numerator and denominator, that gives me 12/9. So they are all equivalent fractions. Here it tells us they are similar. So what is the length of WI? These two get paired up together. And these two will get paired together. I use the larger number here on top So I'm going to use the x value on top here since that came from the larger triangle. Cross multiply. 5x equals 96. Divide by 5. So x equals 19.2. And that was the length of WI. We don't have any units here, so just writing 9.2. In this one, we have AR and UG are paired together. So AR and UG. Then MU and JA, get paired together. Remember, the order of the letters is how we determine which ones are similar. So I have X goes with 6, and 9.6 goes with 4.8. Cross multiply. 9.6 times 6 is 57.6. Then we can divide both sides by 4.8. And x equals 12, which is that distance from J to A. Again, we don't have any units, so we're just going to leave it with 12. In this one, we are looking for DH. There's a couple of different ways we can approach it. DH is the first and last letter, so it should be paired up with this side length here. But we don't know that side length, so we could find it using Pythagorean theorem since it's a right triangle. And then we're also going to pair up AD with ET. So we will start with that fraction. And then we need to figure out what NT is in order to pair it up for the ratio or for the proportion. So we have 3 squared plus 7.2 squared equals C squared. 7.2 times 7.2 will give you 7.2 squared. That is 51.84 equals C squared. Add the 9 to it, and you get 60.84 equals C squared. But we want to know about C, so we're going to take the square root of both sides. And that gives us 7.8 for C. Now we will cross multiply. And divide by 3 on both sides, giving us x equals 6.5, which is the side length DH. And that's the end of lesson 16. There was an activity that we would do in class, but it's not going to be recorded for the video portion of the lesson. Please make sure your workbook is filled in, and then check back for lesson 17.